Hey guys, OG Albino here, bringing you guys our first Sword and Shield Wi-Fi battle during the Crown Tundra after the launch of the newest DLC. Today we're going to be having a day one game against my good buddy Olivia. I will leave her links in the description below. Definitely go check out her stuff if you haven't done so already. Great content over there. But yeah, first night of the DLC, I'm very excited. We have a pretty cool team, and hopefully we can grab a win with our first Wi-Fi battle of the thing. I'm planning to do a lot of these. Definitely drop a sub if you haven't done so already. I'd really appreciate it. And drop a like on the video if you enjoy. But let's go ahead and jump in. So we get hail when we have rain. That's not fun. Our Zapdos goes crazy. Zapdos goes nuts this game, which is obviously really nice to see. Actually, that's great. But we do get 6-0'd by the Alola Ninetales. Now, right off the bat, though, I think I want to lead off with my Pelipper. I think I'm going to lead off with Pelipper, and because that'll let me get up the rain on the Alola Ninetales and go from there, which is obviously super nice, and it doesn't lead too awful against a lot of the other threats on my opponent's team, minus potentially like a Naganadel, which we would live a hit from, and things like that. So, again, have good luck, have fun to live. Hopefully we can grab a game, grab this game, and yeah. Excited for plenty of Crown Tundra, Wi-Fi content. There's a lot of cool new mons. We're not using too many of them today. Liv obviously has the super sick, what do you call it? Galarian Zapdos, which is definitely going to be cool. I definitely plan to get a bunch of games with that thing, for sure. But we're going to lead off with our Pelipper. Drizzle is going to pop. And from here, man, I really don't have switch ins to you, do I? I'm max physically defensive. If anything, I feel like you may get up a spike here. You nasty plot. Sludge Wave's gonna pop. This isn't gonna be Specs, is it? That might be Specs. Good lord, that did so much damage. Goodness gracious. That did so much damage. Well, we're gonna be able to save our Pelipper for another day right here, which is obviously pretty nice. Now from here, there's no way that's Scarf, right? Hold on. Let's see if we can pull up a calc really quick. Pelipper to a Naganadel. Sludge Wave did 323 minus that, so that's going to be about 240-ish damage. Would be a max roll from a just timid, what do you call it, Naga, which means it would be, what, 323 minus 110. That's not Specs at all. If anything, it might be Scarf. So let's go Pheromosa. Scarf might knock us out. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go Kingdra. I think Kingdra's definitely my best play right here. And from here, Kingdra in the rain to a Naganadel. Hydro Pump is a potential roll. My opponent does not really have Hydro Pump switch-ins. They also don't have Draco switch-ins because I don't think that they risk their Ninetales this early on. So I think I am just going to throw off a Draco Meteor. Yeah, King's just going to come in. Draco Meteor is going to pop. That's great. This thing's going to drop, and that is a big threat out of the way. So down goes the Naga, which is honestly like amazing for us. So big threat gone. Now the only issue is Free Veil. And I don't like Free Veil. At all, actually. The Veil is terrifying. Yep, Veil time. What time is it? It's Veil time. So part of me thinks the Veil's going to go off here. I want to make a really dumb aggressive play. It may come back to bite me. Because I don't have switch-ins to this. But I think I'm going to go Ferrothorn, then I'll pivot out into my, I think I'm going to go Pelipper, then pivot out into my Ferrothorn. Try and stop this Veil from going up, because I don't deal with her offense if Veil does end up going up. So I actually think that's very important. Does a Freeze Dry come off? Shit, that Freeze Dry did come off. That's very nice. So bad. Okay, well, we lose. Now let's see... to a Ninetales Alola. That's so bad. In the rain. Hydro Pump does kill a max HP variant. So I think with that in mind, I do want to go into it. I think I do want to throw off a big Hydro. Suicune will not want to take this coming in. That's the only water resist on my opponent's team at this point, I believe. Aqua. So in the rain, this does a chunk. Regardless. So that's obviously nice. Not happy to see this demon back in the tier. Maybe we can get a crit here. That'd be sick. No. We do a chunk though. So that's obviously great. And from here, I think I'm going to pivot hard Zapdos. Do I want to go hard Zapdos? I can't really beat this thing if it's sub. Oh, I forgot to put Weather Ball, which actually might save me. I'm supposed to be Weather Ball on this Zapdos, but I forgot to get the TR for it and put it on this Zap. So we are Volt Switch, which is honestly pretty fire. We are max speed as well, so we will outspeed this thing. So we're going to Volt with our Zap. Our best way of winning is definitely going to be our Pheromosa. So we're just going to fade. And our play is to definitely just keep continuously volting around and keeping this thing sub very, very low. So I think I'm going to go out into Ferrothorn. For sure. Skull's going to come out. Do not snag the burn. No burn would be great. No burn. So I really think either protect or pivot out is coming right here. Into what exactly? Couldn't tell ya. Regardless, I think my play here is to spike up. I want to get a spike. I want to start pressuring my opponent's team as things come in. So the spike is going to be nice, you know, going throughout the game. Sanji is going to be the Galarian Zapdos. So I'm going to pivot out into my regular Zapdos because that's my only pivot into this thing, especially with my guy gone. So I am going to pivot right out, go into Ferrothorn. Go into Zapdos. This thing does risk a static para by attacking me. Thunder's Kick. Oh, look at that animation. Oh, that's such a cool mon. So defense drop, which is going to be guaranteed. There is no static there. Regardless, I'm throwing off a Hurricane. We could win the tie. We are max speed. Timid. So this is a speed tie. I believe that this thing is also base 100 speed. And yeah, this thing shouldn't be able to kill us. And Hurricane is very free. So out comes the Zygarde, which honestly fire. The spike is going to help us out a little bit. Or break, obviously, because it's not going to be Big Daddy Zygarde, thankfully. Well, Hurricane. Oh, we definitely got a crit. Oh, big Zapdos. Clutching up. And we get the confusion. Goodness gracious. Did I pop him? I still think it's in our best interest to just throw off a Hurricane. I should have... Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. If this doesn't kill... Okay, it does. Okay. Sick. So... Awesome. Down goes Zygarde. It's another one I did not deal with very well. If it was sub-coil, things were looking tough for us. That's for damn sure. So now we have the Zygarde gone. We have the whatchamacallit gone as well. The why am I blanking on its name? Oh my goodness. The Naganadel gone. So 2 big dragon type threats gone out of our sight. Which is great. And from here, I think I'm going to go Pharaoh and try and deal with this team from there. We still have a Suicune in the back. Still have this thing, obviously. So Auroraville's going to go up. Don't like that at all, but honestly, it's fine. It's not the biggest deal in the world. So I think what I do right here is I throw off a Leech Seed. It'll chip down the opposing Zapdos wanting to come in. It'll have to take that plus Hail. It will stop a Suicune from being able to just raw sub on us completely for free. So out comes the Galarian Zapdos, and we're going to miss our thing right there, which is pretty dope. I don't really have a switch to this thing now. My Zapdos is a little bit chipped, so that's good to see. So I think I'm going to go to my Garchomp. I'll force some damage on this thing if, worst comes to worst, which is obviously nice. Thunder's Kick is going to come out. This is going to do a ridiculous amount to us. It's going to put us into a KO range, essentially. But Rough Skin's going to pop, and that plus Hail is going to slowly start chipping this thing down, which is awesome. We still have a Zapdos in the back that can come in and click Volt Switch or Hurricane. One of the two. It'll put us in a pretty good spot, honestly. Not the worst spot in the world. And again, we could potentially win with our Pheromosa in this end game. Potentially. So I think my play right here is to get up rocks. I think rocks are very important at this point in time in the game. My opponent wants to bulk up. That puts us in a pretty tough spot, but not the worst spot in the world. So yeah, they are just going to Thunderous Kick. I think that's definitely their best play, especially because they don't know my Zapdos spread. They don't know that I'm super offensive, I guess, unless they're calcing. But again, they could be. So they're going to take that, which also means our rocks... We have rocks and spikes up with our opponent likely having no type of removal. Which is honestly great. Honestly, that's phenomenal. So I am going to go hard out into my Zapdos. I believe just off a Hurricane. What's my opponent's Hurricane pivot? There is not one. I'm going to throw off that hit. This might not kill because of the Veil being up, but they're also risking a static pair by attacking me, which is something to note as well. So we're seeing the battle of the Zapdoses, which is pretty cool actually. So Hurricane, are we going to hit? We are. It's not going to be enough to knock it out. You're going to confuse it though. So Hurricane Zapdos coming up clutch. If we can get the confusion, have it hit itself right here. Oh man, that's phenomenal. I'm sorry, Liv. That really sucks for Liv, but that's great for me. Goodness gracious, that's phenomenal for me. Hail's going to stop. There still is going to be 3 turns of Veil because that's definitely Light Clay on the thing. Which is scary. Not the biggest deal in the world. And we'll see what we can do. Clown time. Out comes Blaze. Now let's see a Zapdos to a Blacephalon. Let's see if it's max special attack. If Flamethrower will knock us out from 224. It will not. That will tell me it's Specs. And if it's Specs, kind of screwed. If I can get the Volt Switch off, I need the free switch in a Kingdra, I think. And I can still potentially roost up later. So Fire Blast is going to pop. Oh, they're going to miss. I'm sorry, Liv. That probably would have killed us. That's really unlucky. That's super unlucky. I really do apologize. That's super unlucky. So yeah, now we get a free Kingdra in great positioning. Yeah, we get a free Kingdra in great positioning. So it is Subcalm Mind, I'm assuming. And that really does suck. Like, 100%. I think I'm just going to Surf, though. Shadow Ball's going to pop off. That's fine. Now, if I'm Liv, I probably go into my Suicune. I think that's probably her best play at this point. We are going to knock that thing out, obviously. Even through Veil, where Specs Mod is Kingdra. That has a ton of damage. So, down that thing goes. Which is nice. And then from here, we're in a precarious situation. Because the Suicune comes in, and it's potentially... Okay, this comes in. That's fine. I will sack this off. So down goes this thing. I mean, out comes this thing. Definitely interesting. I'm just going to stay in Surf. I don't need this thing at all. Freeze Dry. Veil is still up. So I feel as if Freeze Dry is my best opponent's play. Yeah, so they're going to Freeze Dry. And I think this gives me a free Pheromosa, and I should clean with Pheromosa. And that should be GG. So Veil's going to wear off. We go Pharaoh. And we should... Oh, we're high jump kick. Shit. On a poison jab. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. So we poison jab. We're going to be able to knock it out. We can afford one high jump kick miss. At least initially. I meant to be close combat in this thing. This thing should 100% be close combat. I think it's such a ghost-dominated metagame that close combat is like always going to be better. It's not enough of a damage difference to really benefit the trade-off of potentially missing or crashing into a ghost. So it's definitely better, but I forgot to change it over. I did this in on a Gen 7 game and transferred it up. Did not give it close combat in time. But I do want to see a Pharaoh Mosa with Life Orb to a Suicune. Level 100. U-turn should kill. So I'm going to go for that, actually. There's, like, no way this doesn't kill. So we are going to U-turn out of the battle. Awesome. So that's going to knock it out. That's going to be a game. GG's to live. We definitely got very fortunate there. Zapdos put in overtime in that battle. Like, absolutely went crazy. I do apologize to her. Definitely go check out the description below. That's a really cool team that she brought. Some very scary Veil hyper offense that we had to deal with there. But we were fortunately able to pull out with our Rain team. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, be sure to drop a sub. It's completely free. It's really easy. And it helps us push towards our goal of 400 by the end of the year. So thank you so much. If you do decide to do so, be sure to drop a like. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Later.